Hello everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're back at it. We're doing another one of my weekly cherry picker videos. Now what that means is we take an in-depth look at a specific date and mint mark on a coin that is relatively reasonable to find in your pocket change or circulation or collections, and highlight an error that's found on a select few of them that's going to make them worth a lot more money. So the one that we've got today is this 1972 Eisenhower dollar, and there's a lot of errors on it, so I'll be showing you the different ones as we go along, but I'll show you where to look for on this coin. This one doesn't have the error, but then we'll migrate to a presentation where I can show you some actual photos of what we're looking for, talk about the values, and explain kind of the how-to on finding these rare coins. And here's the 1972 no mint mark Eisenhower dollar that I've been talking about. As you can see, no mint mark, there's nothing above the date there, but there's actually going to be two different errors that you're going to look for. The first is a double die on the obverse, and I like to look for this one in the R as well as the 7. So it'll be some clear split serifs. That means that there's a double die. Now, the other error that we're going to look for is going to be on the back, and this is probably the one you've heard more about, and it's in these islands. The moon, let me zoom in on it, has a clear design, but there are actually several different types where the islands were placed differently, so I'll explain all of that in the PowerPoint presentation along with the values. And here is the first one and the more minor error or variety to look out for on the 1972 Eisenhower dollar, and this one is just going to be a double die. You can clearly see a split in the bottom serif on the R. You can also see kind of an extra bar. There's some separation there in that 7, like I mentioned. But this one is a very nitpicky error. You're going to have to look closely, and there's just not too much demand for Eisenhowers in general. So my low-end estimates would be for an AU50, that this coin would be about a $15 one, while a Mint State 63 would be in the $30 range, kicking up to $60 in the Mint State 65 category. Now, when we move on to the other type of error, and I have a cool graphic here from CoinWeek, and that is going to get a lot more expensive. So the way that you want to be checking for the Earth is, where are these islands? Well, if it's kind of super crudely drawn like this says, and you can definitely see if you have different Eisenhowers side by side. I've found one in my time collecting. Unfortunately, it was quite cleaned, but the islands are, as it says, they're in cuse. I think that's the biggest thing. Normally you want to see them sticking out. While on type 3, and that's a lot less expensive than the type 2, but still something that you'd want to pick out and keep aside, it's just a lot more thinly raised on the coast. It doesn't have like the landmass over here, and then also there's going to be different positioning of the islands kind of closer to South America, closer to Mexico, and closer below Florida, as opposed to like outwards of Florida in the Atlantic Ocean. And like I said, the values are going to kick up for the type 2. That's like a $40 coin, and AU50 $80 in Mint State 63. The real way to get a lot of value out of these, though, is in the better grades. Ikes are known to not be as easy to find in the higher grades, and the variety is doubly rare, I guess, or probably more than double, but anyways, it's more rare. It brings about $1,000 in Mint State 65. When you go to the type 3, there's really just not that much of a price increase from a regular one. AU50 might be a $3 coin, Mint State 63 is a $20 one, and Mint State 65 is a $100. So still a little bit more than your average 1972 Type 1, but nothing that's going to break the bank. There we go. Whether it's the varieties in terms of the different types or the double die, that's the picture of what you want to be looking for on the 1972 Eisenhower dollar. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more content, and get in touch with me or contact on treasuretown.yt.com, my website, my Facebook, TreasureTown, my Twitter, @treasuretown_YT, or my Instagram, @treasuretownyt. Looking forward to seeing you on some of my other videos.